Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone, to the October regular meeting of the Community High School District 94 Board of Education. Mission statement, please.
Community High School strives to promote and provide growth experiences in learning, leadership, and living.
Thank you, Rich. Board agreements, please.
Board members are encouraged to attend school events, sporting events, fine arts events, community events as a spectator as their time permits. Board members wishing to visit a school in official board capacity shall discuss with the superintendent purpose, official capacity, and the best time to visit. As a courtesy, notify the building principal of your visit. Check in with the office staff upon arrival. Follow campus guidelines for visitors, such as signing in, guest badges, escorts, etc. Respect staff time and allow staff to perform their duties. Not evaluate staff. Not give direction to any staff or students. Not accept gifts other than nominal tokens or favors from any district employees. When visiting with teachers of their own children, board members will make it clear that they are acting as parents rather than board members. If a board member observes an issue on campus, the concern will be communicated to the superintendent.
Thank you, Lynn. Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Here.
Mr. Ramos?
Present.
Mr. Munoz?
Here.
Mr. Nagel?
Present.
Mr. Sake?
Present.
Mr. Zuniga?
Here.
Student of the month.
West Chicago Community High School has selected Neela Myers of West Chicago as Student of the Month for September 2023. Myers was selected by her teachers who said, "I met Neela in honors geometry her freshman year during remote learning. It was a tough way to start high school, but she excelled and showed a high level of resiliency during a tough time. Neela loves a good challenge, and I knew her strong math and problem-solving skills would be perfect for the math team. She is very proactive in her learning and takes ownership in everything she does." Neela, a senior, has been on high honor roll every semester at West Chicago Community High School, earning a cumulative weighted grade point average of 5.575. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Music Honor Society, received the WeGo Voices Award, and was recently named a PSAT NMSQT Commended Scholar. She is an ambassador, the current president of Student Council, the founder of Climb Club, a member of the jazz band, badminton team, math team, and WeGo Buddies. In her spare time, she gives back to organizations including the Northwestern University Brain Awareness Outreach, Turner Elementary School, the Special Olympics, the West Chicago Neighborhood Food Pantry, and more. Neela also works as an aide for special needs children in summer camps and other programming through the Western DuPage Special Recreation Association. My favorite high school memory is marching band camp because it allows everyone to make new friends, even before school begins, and it gives us the opportunity to enter each year in a fun and energetic environment. Neela has this advice for future Wildcats. You don't always have to take no for an answer. There is usually another way, and if one path gets blocked, take another until you reach your destination. After graduation, Neela plans to attend a 4-year university and obtain a degree in neuroscience, eventually aiming for a PhD, then research privately or through a university for the NIH, focusing on neurological diseases. And it's a big night for Neela. She's been named a commended student in the 2024 National Merit Scholarship Program. About 34,000 commended students throughout the nation are being recognized for their exceptional academic promise. Although they will not continue in the 2024 competition for National Merit Scholarship Awards, commended students placed among the top 50,000 students who entered the 2024 competition by taking the 2022 preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. Those being named commended students have demonstrated outstanding potential for academic success, cemented a spokesperson for NMSC. These students represent a valuable national resource. Recognizing their accomplishments, as well as the key role their schools play in their academic development, is vital to the advancement of educational opportunities and encourage them as they continue their pursuit of academic success.
Congratulations, Neela, and well done. That brings us to public participation. This is the portion of our meeting where any member of the public may address the Board of Education on any topic. We welcome your comments and will carefully listen to your concerns. We will not be able to engage in a dialogue during public participation, but when appropriate, we will direct the administration to follow up. Presentations are limited to no more than 5 minutes per person, with a total time limit of 30 minutes for public participation. If you wish to make personal charges or complaints against individual employees, volunteers, or students of the district, we request that you send the board your concerns in writing rather than stating those concerns during public comment. If anyone currently present wishes to make public comment and hasn't already done so, please fill out one of the comment forms in the back of the room and hand to someone seated at the table. And we have received no comment forms, and we have received no electronic comment. So we will move on to reports and information. Director of Business Services report.
Thank you. Just a few updates for the board this month. As you might recall, the business office and HR department wanted to transition to the new Skyward Q platform a while ago. There have been a few delays, but we are fully ready to continue that transition. So as we continue to make that transition to the new Skyward Q, our business office and HR department will attend the annual Skyward Conference next week in Tinley Park. We expect it to be a great learning experience for everyone, as well as a good team building experience. We hope that the conference will provide many tips, tricks, and pointers as we go through this transition. Last week, District 94 hosted a meeting with multiple business managers from around the area. We discussed various topics such as financial software and property tax levies, among many other topics. Quest served lunch, and one of our foods classes supplied desserts. It was a good meeting, and of course the desserts were excellent. And lastly, as you know, District 94, along with all other taxing entities in West Chicago, agreed to the property tax abatements for various taxpayers moving into West Chicago. The district, we've done our part by having our boards approve the abatements and by submitting the proper documents to the city and to the DuPage County. Our attorneys have recently checked to ensure that the taxpayers have done their part by, 1, paying their taxes, and 2, not objecting to property taxes that have been assessed. After review, we found that all taxpayers have indeed held up their end of the agreement at this point in time. I just felt that the board would be maybe interested with this information as we continue to stay on top of our obligations. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Dan. Director of Human Services report.
Great. Good evening, everyone. As you know, pardon me, educators have a very challenging but rewarding profession. And whether serving in a role behind the scenes or directly working with students, we recognize that the educators in our district go above and beyond on a daily basis, and yet we don't always have an opportunity to thank them for that exceptional work. For that reason, we have started a staff appreciation program to recognize employee groups on their respective National Appreciation Day. All staff members have the opportunity to send notes of appreciation that are posted both in the staff lounge and shared via email, and the recognized employees also receive a special treat on their day. There are 22 staff appreciation days altogether, and so far we have recognized our Andy Frayne security officers, the technology department, the Quest food service workers, our custodial and maintenance departments, and just this week was Boss's Day as well. In the same vein, I want to share a very special project with you that has been in the works since February. This is a project created by teachers Dave Jennings and Brian Turnbow of the We Go Narrative Project in partnership with the Human Resources Department. Dave and Brian recognize that there is something truly special about West Chicago and wanted to be able to capture that in the words of our staff members. Community isn't just part of our name, it is something that we work to create and is integral to who we are. And so this video project does a beautiful job of illustrating what makes our staff so proud to call WeGo their professional home. I want to present you with a very short snippet from the video We Love WeGo, which is available on YouTube.
One of the most, I think, important ways that we serve students happens behind the scenes that students don't often see. Like, I'm always talking with college administrators, friends here in the building, and all of us might have a different way of helping kids, but we all want to help kids.
The one thing that I'm very confident about our staff is every staff member, the 150 that we have or whatever, I truly believe that they care about our students. They want the best for each student in their classroom.
I think our staff is really adept at changing the way they teach to benefit the students, and they truly care about the students at WeGo. They ask students about their lives, and they have meaningful dialogue. I also think our staff is incredibly helpful and always willing to go above and beyond to help a student when they're struggling.
I think one of the most meaningful ways that I've seen my coworkers, help out our students is definitely by making a point to get to know them as people, to connect with students on a deeper level, get to know them, and go out of their way to provide them opportunities to be successful in and out of the classroom, to really push our kids to the next level.
We don't give up on our students. That's I'm very confident.
Really well done.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would encourage you, if you have a chance, pop on YouTube. It's also posted on social media to check out the rest of the video. It's a bit longer, but there's a lot of really good stuff there that shows who we are as a community. Finally, I want to remind the board that you'll find the personnel report at table with the most updated employment recommendations. And this concludes my report.
Thank you, Julie. Principal's report.
Well, good evening. I want to start by first thanking everyone who contributed to our fantastic homecoming week. It was an amazing week of celebration, school spirit, and fun activities for students and alumni. All of the coaches, sponsors, and administrators who worked tirelessly to coordinate all of the complex work are the ones who make it possible. I especially want to thank the West Chicago Police Department and fire departments, because without their coordination and willingness, hosting a parade in a city of our size would not be possible. So thank you very much to them. Later this week, families will receive notification that next week we will be conducting safety drills. To date, our dean's office and school resource officer have conducted safety meetings with all students during den time, and all students have completed a lesson on ALICE training, will have completed a lesson on ALICE training ahead of our drills next week. A big thank you to everyone in our dean's office and our entire admin team who continue to support us in our school safety efforts. In the music world, we are now firmly in concert season. Our choir performed last week, and our orchestra is performing as we speak. Also, our band will have their final halftime performance of the year on Friday evening. Earlier this week, we conducted our first day of PSAT testing at District 25 for our current 8th graders. Over the next 2 weeks, our counselors will complete testing at Districts 33 and 34 for all of our soon-to-be Wildcats. I want to thank all of the administrators and staff at Districts 33, 34, and 25 as we have worked through this. As you know, the PSAT has gone to an all-digital platform this year, and it has required a lot of planning and articulation. I'm grateful to all of our associate districts as they have done so much work to help us prepare. Speaking of the College Board and SAT, as you may remember, the SAT and PSAT for high school students will now also be given digitally to all high school students. Also, instead of the whole state testing on one day, we now have a window of time in late March and April to give the exam. After consulting with our leadership team at the school, we have landed on administering the exam 1 week later than we did last year. This means that we will be administering the SAT on Thursday, April 18th. We'll use that day as well as the following day, Friday, April 19th, to administer the PSAT to our 9th and 10th graders and the ISA, or Illinois Science Assessment, to our juniors. We believe this will give our students the best testing environment possible and put us late enough in the testing window that hopefully many of the bugs from College Board have been worked out. We will be communicating this change to families during the second semester. In athletics, I really can't convey how exciting a time it is for WeGo right now. Our girls volleyball team has some great information that I will let our student board representative share shortly. Also, our boys soccer team is literally playing in their first playoff game right now, and I was just informed they took a 1-0 lead shortly into the game. And Friday, our boys football team will play for an opportunity to advance to the state playoffs for the first time in 2 decades. Also, our cross-country teams, both boys and girls, will begin their state series competition this weekend. I also want to highlight that on Friday, November 3rd and Saturday, November 4th, WeGo Drama will put on their production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Get your tickets early because the shows are always fantastic and usually packed. I also want to let you know that on October 30th, Student Council will be hosting our annual WeGo Spooky event that involves multiple school clubs and is a great treat for young children in the community to play games, get treats, and see their future school. As a reminder, the discipline and attendance data are in your packets. And finally, I'm very happy to introduce this month's student representative, Lauren Dusing. I won't steal her thunder, but Lauren is a great student, and I'm really excited for her to share her perspective on her WeGo experience here tonight.
Hello, my name is Lauren Dusing, and I'm a junior here at WeGo. I'd like to thank Dr. Dwyer for this amazing opportunity, as well as the District 94 Board of Education for taking time out of their meeting and allowing me to speak this evening. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude for the amazing teachers here at WeGo. They've supported me in my academic journey, playing a key role in my ability to maintain a perfect GPA and ranking a first in my class since freshman year. While academics are at the forefront of my focus, I'm also involved in many different activities here at WeGo. I play on the varsity volleyball team, and tonight we have actually just won conference for the first time since 2017. Tonight was also senior night for 9 out of the 14 girls on our team, which was definitely bittersweet to say the least. In addition to volleyball, I participate in many leadership positions as a ROAR director, student ambassador, and snowball leader. Starting off with ROAR, there are 3 other directors, and our job is to guide the 28 student mentors lead groups of their own students through ROAR days. We run a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that goes into ensuring the days run smoothly, and that mentors are adequately prepared and ready to go. As a student ambassador, I recently assisted parents, my own parents and step-parents included, with finding their child's classroom during open house night. This was a great way to see old teachers and support the WeGo community. Now I'd like to further explain the Snowball program. Operation Snowball is an international alcohol, tobacco, and drug use prevention program focusing on leadership development and encouraging healthy decision-making. This 3-day overnight event takes place at Laredo Taft in Oregon, Illinois over Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. It's run by teachers and snowball leaders like me, and during the year we meet once a week to prepare for the event. Roughly 2 student leaders and 1 teacher lead a group of students through the weekend with an emphasis on prevention, education, and community building. Recently, I was one of 84 students who were inducted into the National Honor Society, and our theme for the year is Fresh Starts and New Beginnings. In the near future, NHS will be hosting its annual Santa Breakfast for the WeGo community, which is a lively and well-attended event. NHS will also be holding a Relay for Life event at the end of this school year, which is a full-day walkathon to raise funds to support cancer patients and their caretakers. In addition to those after-school activities, Dr. Dwyer also asked me to be a part of the Ad Hoc Facility Naming Committee. As you all know, this committee is tasked with formulating a procedure for the naming and/or renaming of facilities, grounds, and buildings at West Chicago Community High School. To date, we have met on 4 separate occasions to review other districts' policies as well as begin to develop the criteria and language we would like to include. A survey was also created with the intent on gaining community members' input and feedback. Thank you for your support. I'm looking forward to our continued collaboration on this important issue. Just 2 weeks ago, I was yet again very proud to be a part of the WeGo community during our homecoming pep assembly, food fest, and parade. We had a very exciting football win that night and an amazing homecoming dance the following day. I would also like to mention the cross-country team, and although I haven't made it to a meet yet, our student announcements in Den have had a lot of great news on the high placing for both boys and girls. The winter sports season is also swiftly approaching, and WeGo is excited to welcome a new boys basketball coach, Mr. Roy Ramos. When I was asked by Dr. Dwyer for suggestions on school improvement, what immediately came to mind was parking, specifically repaving the Geneva lot. Dr. Dwyer informed me that the board's pending approval, the lot will likely be repaved this coming year. As a student who regularly parks there, my car, sophomore sister, and I cannot thank you enough. In closing, I hope to have provided a window into student life through the lens of academics, activities, and athletics. I am extremely grateful and proud to be a Wildcat, and thank you for your continued support for all of West Chicago Community High School's students and faculty.
Thank you for that wonderful report. And thank you for yours, Will, as well. That brings us to Superintendent's report.
Well, I think we just met our best recruiter for finding a new superintendent. That was outstanding, thank you. I continue to be impressed with the students in our school every day. Every new one that I meet and every experience that I have, you're just one of many that is just blows the doors off this place, so thank you. I would like to provide an update on a couple of items for our board and the community. Thank you to everybody in our WeGo community for contributing to the development of the superintendent profile that your search firm, BWP, is putting together. This input will help guide the firm and you as your applicants are considered. The process for engaging our community will follow 3 questions that you've heard. Those include, what are the district's strengths, what are the district's challenges, and what are the qualities or characteristics needed for the new superintendent. Each Board of Education member met individually this week with the BWP representatives, and through an online survey, which is available through next Sunday, October 22nd, our community can contribute to provide input. Also, the in-person engagement sessions will be held in both English and Spanish tomorrow here at the high school for all faculty, staff, students, parents, and stakeholder leaders. We will report further progress of the superintendent search at the November board meeting. We also wanted to provide you with an update that we're very excited that our school leadership team has spent much time collaborating with our associate elementary school districts to provide articulation experiences during the start of the school year. Our community is fortunate that many years of strong relationships with our elementary school district leaders have led to opportunities for our students to have a productive, what we call a K-12 learning experience. Attila and I are enjoying building on these existing relationships with our entire leadership team. As we progress through the school year, our content area leaders across all 4 school districts will meet to keep each other informed and identify areas for improvement. We are also planning the continuation of development opportunities for all 4 boards of education to learn together. You may recall that in the past you have had joint board meetings. We're in the process of planning the next one, which we hope to be in late winter. We also wanted to celebrate the work of our division head for career and technical education, that's CTE, Mark Wolf, who brought in local manufacturers on October 4th for a breakfast and observation of our CTE program. The event was held in collaboration with the Greater Chicago Advanced Manufacturing Partnership. Many thanks to Mark for organizing and also to the 20 local businesses for participating. They were complimentary of the CTE efforts and the engagement of our students and experiences that will help guide them as they make future career choices. On a side note, we wanted to let you know that we are meeting in early November with representatives of the DuPage Regional Office of Education to learn more about opportunities for our students through what they call their work-based learning program. We are proud of the great work going on in the WeGo CTE program and the potential for enhancing opportunities for our students. We also want to inform you about an upcoming event this Thursday, October 19th, and that's from 4 to 7 p.m. The WeGo counseling team is hosting a college career fair in the Commons. There will be approximately 20 colleges and universities, along with the Tech Center of DuPage, Cisco, pipe fitters, IBEW 701, operating engineers, sprinkler fitters, the West Chicago Fire Protection District, DRS, WorkNet DuPage, a roofing contractor, occupational therapist, nurse, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, and Rosati Pizza University will all be represented. The community is invited to attend to see what these incredible opportunities are that are available for our students. And again, that's this Thursday, the 19th, from 4 to 7 in the Commons. You will note in your packet there is one FOIA request. That was the one from the Daily Herald that we informed you about, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Then we have a couple of additional items that we wanted to report on that didn't make it into our report but are definitely noteworthy. We wanted to put out a big thanks to the West Chicago Rotary and Lions Clubs for sponsoring the recent Pancake Breakfast, which was this past Sunday, held here in our Student Commons. Our very own Rotarian, Julie, was there to help not only organize but serve the community members at this great fundraising event held in the Commons at the high school. And thank you to some of our board members who also were able to attend. Tonight at the District 33 board meeting, Lehman Middle School is holding their school board showcase. For this meeting, they chose to showcase our AVID program and talk about how it supports students there at the high school and beyond. Lehman Middle School reached out to our AVID program and asked the 2 high school student representatives present at their board meeting. They want their board to hear how AVID works at the high school and how it prepares students for success after graduation. 2 of our students who are Lehman graduates are presenting their experiences in AVID to this District 33 board. And then finally, we did want to present a couple of our board members with some recognition from the Illinois Association of School Board.
So annually, thank you, John. Annually, the Illinois Association of School Boards recognizes board members who have participated in a significant number of professional development opportunities provided by the IASB. And we have 2 certificates that John and I would like to give. The first one is to Bob Brown, our board president. Bob, congratulations. Welcome. And the second one is to Rich Nagel.
That concludes our report.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your report. And that brings us to a report from our IASB delegate.
It's 2 hard acts to follow here. So I'm the delegate assembly representative. Delegate allows school boards to present IASB with their recommendations and thoughts on how they should approach legislation and things like that. I've been doing it, started on the board. Very light agenda this year for some reason. There's only 5 issues. I don't know if anybody has had a chance to look at the resolutions, but I'll walk you through them and we can talk about how we want to go about voting. Industrial construction comments, school board in probably southern Illinois wants to keep industrial construction away from schools. They don't talk about how far, but they talk about the problems with having construction, industrial plants near schools. The IASB committee says they do not want to adopt. They'd like to leave those issues to the local people. So they don't really define what proximity is. They say that some of the larger areas, poorer schools need that additional revenue for industrial development and things like that. So if we're good with that, I will follow the committee's recommendation to not adopt this. Bus driver regulations, it's an interesting one. There's a shortage of bus drivers, and recently the federal government has imposed additional requirements for training and testing on school bus drivers, which doesn't make sense because there's already a large shortage. So the IASB, in response to the county recommendation, is asking that the state move back to, I guess, what they had prior to February of this year and ease up on some of those restrictions and requirements. IASB.
I would strongly support that. Yes. It is definitely an issue within the industry.
Yeah. Obviously, we've just been talking about hazardous routes and things like that as well, so if any problem with that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll vote with the committee recommendation to adopt. Employment history review, where I guess the Faith's Law, and I'm not that familiar with it, but must have something to do with background checking and things for employees. They would like to move to utilizing the DCFS system. Didn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. I talked to Julie about it. Maybe she can throw her 2 cents in. The recommendation of the association committee is to not adopt.
Sure. So FACE law, you may be familiar with, is another layer of protection for students, trying to keep folks who may have engaged in some kind of misconduct around kids from being able to be employed by a school district. The reason that the employment history reviews have gone into place is that although we're already required to do background checks, that's only going to pull essentially convictions. So if you have someone who's engaged in misconduct, but it has been caught through the criminal system, they may still have the ability to be employed by school districts. So this requires that we as an employer reach out to any employer, whether it's a school or a non-educational agency, where any employee who's going to be in contact with students has worked, to ensure that we can certify that they have not engaged in that kind of misconduct before hiring them. So it really has a lot of benefit behind it. As you can imagine, though, it's difficult to implement. And so I think there's some good heart behind this in that the intention is to try to simplify that and centralize it. And I would certainly be in favor of that concept. However, DCFS just isn't the right place to do that. So there's a lot of conversations about that right now, and there are some entities that are trying to find ways to simplify the process. But I would agree, and as Rich and I talked, I would not recommend adoption of this resolution either.
Okay with that? And the last one is an alternative safe.
Gary, did you have a comment on something? Looked like you were
No, I
starting to say
agree.
something. Okay.
Alternative safe school funding. Genesco district is recommending that schools, state provide some additional funding for basically says that the evidence-based funding is already supporting alternative schools. Concern would be adding more funding under a different program adds a few more layers of requirements and mandates. It also, the IASB would like to keep how discipline and responses are similar. I think, based on experience we had recently, allowing some local discretion on how you manage behavior recommendation. Adopt. Concerns on that? If not, I will pretty much go with the recommendations of the ISB for the 5.
So they don't want to increase funding for all?
Don't want to increase funding the way this particular proposal is written. Funding apparently has already been increased through the evidence-based funding. Okay. And if we increase funding in addition, then there's going to be a whole other set of rules and regulations and criteria, and it would allow local schools to have discretion on how they do that, which I think is probably not good.
There was one relating to school resource officers as well, wasn't there? I think you might have.
School resource officer funding, ISB requesting support through legislation, and the ISB that they recognize the importance of school resource. Schools do not have them because they can't afford them, so they're provide some resources.
Like the board's comfortable
good
with
shape.
supporting the ISB recommendation.
After not it down, so. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for your report, and thank you for your efforts at representing our district.
Hopefully this will go quick and I'll be able to get to one of them.
There you go. All right, that brings us to committee and representative reports. Anything from the world of Deos?
No, the Deos Board has met in October, is going to meet in October this week, and there's no other new news from Deos.
All right, how about Lend?
Len's a little bit more complicated than that. I wanted to let you know that Dan Oberg and I attended and represented our school district at the last Len meeting, which was September 22nd. We met with elected state of Illinois representatives and senators to discuss issues that directly impact schools in Illinois, including our own community. Many thanks to Representative Maura Hirschauer and Keeley from Senator Karina Villa's office for participating in these important conversations. Dan and I participated in a breakout session along with Christina Davis, superintendent of West Chicago 33. We reinforced with our legislators the need to ensure that evidence-based funding for public schools in Illinois is sustainable. We also asked that they recognize the importance of collaborating to assess the effectiveness of current educational program requirements for our English learner programs. And we also stressed the need for support from our legislators to provide opportunities for our students to learn about manufacturing and business careers, which I actually spoke about a couple minutes ago. The attached presentation slides in your board packet provide additional information on some of the other current issues that Lend is working on currently. Please note that the next Lend meeting is Friday, October 27th. And that is all.
All right. SACID.
So I did attend the SACID Board of Directors meeting on September 20th, and you may remember at the last board meeting I said we're always going to be kind of almost a month behind when I report out on the board at the next board meeting, but I did provide you with some information directly after that meeting. And I also wanted to let you know that the next meeting is tomorrow morning, and either by the end of this week or next week I will share notes from that meeting with you. The SACID interim executive directors, Jimmy Gunnell and Jim Nelson, reminded everyone of the process for reviewing and updating the financial structures and billing processes of the cooperative. They also explained that they will be updating the cooperative student handbooks and employee manuals. The 22-23 end-of-the-year data review is attached for your reference and provides an overview of the cooperative's programs last school year. Also included on the second page of that overview is the data profile for our high school district for the month of September. They also reported on the need for a few capital projects in following their health life safety report. The most significant project is the replacement of HVAC mechanical equipment at the Southeast campus, which, by the way, is their only facility that they own. The health life safety report cost summary memo is also attached, and please note that that project will be paid for with cash on hand and school maintenance grant funds. There is no expected additional costs from member districts. The cooperative is also, again, holding a job fair at the Southeast School next April 11th, and that is open for all SACID member school districts. Premium renewals for the cooperative's medical, dental, long-term disability, and life insurance programs will be 8.78% increase and will be effective January 1st. I will also note that the Finance Committee is talking about looking at options for other models, such as joining a health benefit cooperative that many school districts participate in. SACIT is conducting a search for their next executive director. They've completed a stakeholder survey that actually closed last Friday, and it was distributed to all SACIT employees, parents of SACIT students, and member school district special education administrators, governing board members, and board of director members. The results will be shared with the board of directors at our meeting tomorrow morning, and again, I'll share that outcome with you. And also included in your packet is the timeline guiding their search for their next executive director. Are there any questions about that last SACIT meeting? That is it.
All right, thank you for that update. Future dates, Committee of the Whole meeting on November 7th, regular Board of Education meeting on November 21st, Committee of the Whole meeting on December 5th, and regular Board of Education meeting on December 19th. And that brings us to open comment from board members. Hearing no open comment, any future issues? Hearing none, that moves us to consent agenda. Does anybody wish any items removed from the consent agenda for separate action?
The committee meetings have to be voted by the committee before they get moved. Facility renaming ad hoc committee meeting minutes on here.
For the committee?
We didn't
I
have,
don't believe it has. I don't.
no, we've not had a meeting since the last one. That's why the minutes are here, Catherine. I did check that the minutes of that meeting could be approved by the board without first having gone back to the committee.
And that's the normal process then?
I don't know that it's normal for the district, but I did check that the minutes come to this board for approval.
Yeah, I think in the past,
We accept them.
So that has been what your past practice has been? Okay.
I think that's what legal counsel told us.
the board shouldn't be approving minutes of a meeting that they didn't go to.
So do we
Check
wanna-
again with legal counsel. I did that already, but I'll check again, and we can certainly remove this from the agenda.
So we want to pull item 1C from the approval? Is everybody comfortable with everything else then? All right. Recommended motions for approval of the consent agenda, which includes approval of minutes from the regular Board of Education meeting from September 19th, the open and closed special Board of Education meeting for board workshop on September 27th, the Committee of the Whole meeting from October 3rd, the financials as presented, the personnel report as presented at table, and the approval of the JUUL settlement.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Casey Mayer.
Aye.
Mr. Amos.
Aye.
Ms. Munoz.
Aye.
Mr. Nagel.
Aye.
Mr. Sake.
Aye.
Mr. Zuniga.
Aye.
You missed me.
Brown.
Aye. All right. There being no old business, that brings us to new business. 2024 summer work architect fees. Recommended motions that the Board of Education approve the proposals from DLA Architects Limited as presented for fees related to the 2024 summer construction and parking lot improvements.
Move.
Second.
Any discussion?
Have we approved the work?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer.
Aye.
Mr. Amos.
Aye.
Ms. Munoz.
Aye.
Mr. Nagel.
Aye.
Mr. Sake.
Aye.
Mr. Zuniga.
Aye.
Motion carries. Hazardous route approvals. The recommended motions that the Board of Education approve the hazardous routes areas for students walking to West Chicago High School as presented.
Move.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Zuniga.
Aye.
Mr. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer.
Aye.
Mr. Amos.
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Motion carries. Cafeteria and building furniture approval. Recommended motions that the Board of Education approve the 2 proposals for cafeteria furniture and building furniture from Warehouse Direct, Des Plaines, Illinois, and the corresponding purchasing cooperative contracts in the amounts of $117,361.22 and $76,893.11 respectively.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Motion carries. Student fee credit card processing and web store approval. The recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve e-funds and the presented agreement for the district's web store and credit card processor.
Moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
I have a question
Oh, go ahead.
on this. I mean, just because there's so much data breaching nowadays, is there any concerns that you have of anything that could possibly cause us to worry on the system?
No.
Okay.
No, they have, they provide the same kind of security as like RevTrak that we're using now.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye. Motion carries. New/modified courses for school year 2024 to 2025. The recommended motions that the Board of Education approve the course proposals as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just real quick, going back to the credit card, have we ever looked into an affinity card for the school, like the Wildcat Boosters or anything like that?
I'm not sure what that is, Rich.
Well, it's like, you know, if you get a Bears credit card or something like that, the credit card company gives you a little bit of their fees and stuff like that. Might be something that, in addition to the way we advertise, that the Wildcat Boosters might want to get involved, and people would, you know, get a credit card in West Chicago Wildcats name or something. Something to look into.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. All right, Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. Recommended motions that the Board of Education approve Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence for continued development of faculty members.
So move.
Second.
Any? Roll call, please.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye. Motion carries. Appendix B Committee Recommendations. Recommended motions that the Board of Education approve Appendix B Committee recommendations.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Motion carries. And finally, settlement agreement between WCHSTA and the Board of Education. Recommended motions that the Board of Education approve the settlement agreement between the WCHSTA and the Board of Education.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus?
Aye.
Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Suniga?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye. All right, motion carries, and that completes our business for open session. We will be going into executive session. There will be no action taken once we leave executive session. At this point, need a motion to enter executive session for purposes of litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, specifically regarding Lechner services. Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Aye.
Mr. Ramus? Ms. Munoz?
Aye.
Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Sake?
Aye.
Mr. Zuniga?
Aye.
All right, we're going into executive session. Why don't we take 5, and we can stop the stream.
I made the motion.